We might have to cut that from the final edit.
Hello, I'm Harry.
Hey, what's up? I'm Alan.
It's Blair Witch time!
Welcome to Poppin Movie Reviews. Today we're doing the Blair Witch project. We're going to start off with a bit of movie news from the past week or recent. Harley Quinn, she's been confirmed to have her own movie. Margot Robbie's going to be starring in it. I don't know who else is in it, no one else is confirmed.
Harley Quinn was really the only good... Harley Quinn and Deadshot were really the only good characters from Suicide Squad that got a lot of screen time.
I thought it was a bit weird that she got the spin-off movie. I thought it would be Deadshot. He was the centre of Suicide Squad. He was the best part of that film.
To be fair, Suicide Squad almost felt like a Deadshot solo movie.
Yeah, it did.
With like a backup screen of players.
With like Harley Quinn thrown in there. And she didn't really make sense to be in that film. They were going against like a supernatural entity, and there was just her with a baseball bat. It didn't make sense why she was even in the Suicide Squad. I didn't get it from the beginning. Which is another point.
This isn't a review of the Suicide Squad, Harry.
Yeah. Next bit of news. Moving on before I flip out on that film. We'll review it another time. While we're on DC, J.K. Simmons, they released the first photos of him as Commissioner Gordon in the next Batman film. If you don't know who he is, he played J. Jonah Jameson in the old Spider-Man films. He was a guy who just ranted at his desk about Spider-Man. Get me pictures of Spider-Man! He was that guy. Eddie Murphy, he's expressed some interest in playing a superhero, or maybe in a superhero film. He was the first to admit that he doesn't look good in a skin-tight suit and a cape, so he'd prefer to play a more comedic background role. Don't know what film he could be in. Maybe Deadpool 2?
Maybe, yeah.
Who knows?
That'll be something for you guys to suggest in the comments.
Yeah. Oh yeah, leave comments and all that stuff. So we'll get into Blair Witch now. We both watched this on Thursday
We
watched it on Thursday as soon as it came out, yeah.
Yeah. Well, should we start with the first movie?
Yeah, let's do that.
For anyone that hasn't seen the first movie, don't. It's a waste of time. Well, no.
You could annoy a lot of people saying that.
Watch the first 15 minutes, understand the story, and then watch the second one.
Yeah. See, the first film at the time, I'm sure it was terrifying, and a lot of people seem to have like this massive nostalgic love for it because it scared them at the time. But if you've been watching horror films in the last 10 years, then that film is not scary at all. There's nothing terrifying about it. But what it did do well is most horror films fall victim to stupid characters doing stupid things and ended up in bad situations. Whereas I felt like the first Blair Witch, they avoided stupid decisions in that film. They were genuinely trying to do everything they could to get out of the bad place that they were in. In Blair Witch, what we watched, there was just stupid people doing stupid things, and then you can't help but think, well, that's partly your own fault that's happened to you. So the old film, it looks like it was recorded on a potato. The cast is very small. There's only 3 characters. One of them inexplicably disappears halfway through, I think. And it leaves a lot, maybe too much to the imagination. I wanted to see a little bit more, which was actually corrected in, I don't know how we refer to the new one. Is it a sequel?
It's a sequel, yeah.
It's more of a sequel. It's kind of a sequel and a rehash of the original. A lot of the same stuff does happen.
Yeah. Well, the second movie, the sequel, it really explained why stuff was happening the way it did in the first one.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, it left a lot to imagine in the first one. You didn't really know why this was happening. You didn't know the backstory of the Blair Witch.
You didn't really know what she was. Was she an actual witch? Is it an entity? Is it a ghost? Is it some sort of demon? None of that's made clear. No. You never see anything.
So yeah, when the second movie came out, the idea behind the second movie is that the brother of one of the girls that were missing in the first movie has received this videotape online of what is believed to be his sister's last bit of video, and he's convinced that he can go and find her. He thinks she's still alive out in the woods, so he gets a group of friends together and they go out and they effectively film this documentary similar to the first one.
He doesn't seem like someone who's going out to look for his sister. He kind of treated it as just another camping trip. Yeah. He got his mates together, he was playing video games, he went out, took all his little cameras and stuff like that.
Now, let's talk about the cameras for a second.
Yeah.
Because in the first one, they take like a couple of crappy tape cameras, typical back in the day. What did they take with them this time?
A lot. A lot. They even had webcams that they were tying to trees.
Yeah, so wireless
they had all
webcams.
sorts of walkie-talkies.
Yeah. In-ear cameras.
In-ear cameras.
Like you put them in like little Bluetooth devices, plug them in, that films what you can see.
They had all this stuff, but no one thought to bring a phone.
Nope.
Not once. Not once did any character in this film attempt to make a phone call. They didn't reach out to anyone. They didn't reach out for help. They didn't try calling any police or anything like this. No one even checked their pockets for a phone. No one looked.
No.
And in the first film, you can excuse that. It was set in 1994. Not everyone were carrying mobiles. They weren't really prominent. This film set in 2014. There's no excuse to go into the woods and not at least have a GPS phone or an iPhone on you, or even attempt to make a call. Even if you had no signal, even if the film addressed that they've tried to do this and there's no signal, it would have made sense. No one in this film tried. No one tried to use a phone. I don't get it. Why did they not?
This is a very sore spot, obviously, for Harry. He really hates this about the movie.
Look, it's what I mentioned before. A lot of horror films, it's characters doing stupid things. This is an example. The first thing we see these characters do when they get into the woods is one of them goes, "Oh, I'll just wander off on my own in the dark." And then what's more insulting is the film addresses it. The other characters are like, "You shouldn't do that. That's a bad idea. We should go with you." And he's like, "No, it's fine," and just walks off. And no one thinks to go with him. That's 101. Don't wander off in the woods in the dark on your own.
Yeah.
If you get killed, it's partly your fault.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
So that was a major gripe I had with this film, that characters just kept doing nonsensical things. They're already in a terrifying situation, which reminds me, jump scares. We don't need jump scares in a terrifying film.
Nope.
Jump scares are not frightening, they're just shocking for a split second. You don't leave the cinema scared of being shocked. That's not the terrifying part of the film. And characters in this film kept scaring each other for no reason. They're already in a terrifying situation. They're already scared. They're in the dark. They're in the woods. They've got no food. Some of them are ill. And then out of nowhere, one of them just walks up and goes, "Hey!" There's no reason for it. Talk to each other normal. There's no one else there. You don't need to shit each other up. You're already scared.
Should we go into spoilers now?
Do you want to rate the film first?
Yeah, we'll go on a quick rate.
Okay, so the way we're doing this is our rating system is, popcorn. Because it's Poppin Movie Reviews, we're going to rate them out of 5 popcorns. Sweet popcorns are a good film, and then we'll rate it out of 5. And salty is a bad film, and we'll rate that out of 5 on how bad it is. I thought about this a little bit, and this film genuinely is entertaining. A lot of the stuff that happens to these characters, if you were experiencing that, is genuinely terrifying. I had a good time watching it, but like I said, this film falls victim to a lot of horror film cliches, and it falls victim to just stupid characters doing stupid things and ended up in bad situations. And no one used the phone.
Okay. Calm down, Harry. Okay, we understand.
So for that reason, I'm still going to give this a rating out of sweet. I think it was a good film. If you're a horror film movie fan, it's definitely worth watching. In my opinion, I was too young to appreciate the original. I thought this was an improvement on that film. So I'm going to give it 3 popcorns, 3 sweet popcorns out of 5.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with you. The first movie was awful. The second movie corrected a lot of the mistakes they made in the first movie, but it was by no way a good horror movie. There's a lot left to be desired. There's a couple of bits I want to talk about once we get into the spoilers as well. That we'll cover. So if you haven't watched the film and you don't want to know spoilers, go to one of our other videos or head over to our Facebook, Instagram or Twitter at Clubit TV. You'll be able to find us on there and watch the next video that we post.
Yep.